What's cracking, people? Angelic Mayhem here. So I wanted to put together a quick video on Firefall and specifically how to make your crap even better. All the stuff that you have on, like in your possession or whatever. How do you make your own thumpers? How do you improve your guns? That sort of thing. They actually have a system for that built into the game, and so I'm going to show it to you now. Here we are. This is the Copacabana. We got beach, funky tower, PvP, and then over here, right, the other side is palm tree, is a very special unit, and you can tell because everybody's here, and it's called the molecular printer. So if I hit G, that will take us into the molecular printer menu, and this has a list of 3 different things that you can do. The first thing that you can do is you can actually refine all the stuff that you get when you are thumping. Okay, now this is the stuff that you get either when you put down a thumper, or if if somebody else puts down a thumper and you come in and help them out, you still get a little bit of resource. This is where you would actually go to turn those resources into something else. So under refine, right? DNA, this is, every time you kill one of the critters that's here, you can actually collect little DNA samples, and then you can manufacture these into something that's bigger and better. Alright, so that's the DNA side of things. Resource binding, this is specifically taking individual, like let's say copper, okay, after it's refined, and turning it into something else. Now you can actually blend together, let's say, polymers and anabolics, so that's why it's resource blending. Alright, then we get down here into the most important part. The raw resource area, alright, is where you would actually click on the raw things that you pick up out of the thumper and then turn them into something that you can use. So let's say crystallite is, this is what you spend money, this is like the money of the game. So you can actually turn the resources that you have into money as well. This is all the stuff that I've actually refined already. And then this is, I'm sorry, resource 3 is what's left. Alright, and I just have these, what do I have here? 8. These 8 things, So what do you do? Well, you just basically, you click on the one that you want, you click accept, and it puts it here. It also lists it up here, and it tells you what it's going to become. So raw nitrine will become just regular nitrine that's been refined. The quality number is a number between 1 and 1,000, and the quality just basically means how good is it, alright, how pure is it. Objects, like for instance, let's say you were making a scope for your sniper rifle. If you were using carbon that was 1,000 in quality versus carbon that was 1 in quality, the quality of the scope would be significantly better, and you'd be able to get more money by selling it to somebody else. So at all times you want to keep an eye on the quality. You can actually mix and match. So let's say you have a 600 quality and a 300 quality. What will result out of that is a bunch of 450. So keep that in the back of your mind. You want to keep all the good quality stuff together and all the bad quality stuff, separate and doing its own thing. Now, to do that, you can actually go up here to Raw Resource 1 and just process one thing, if you so choose. Raw Resource 3 is actually, you can run 4 different elements all at the same time. And they have a chance of combining, which creates these very rare hybrid blends that, are worth big money. So, I don't know exactly what the odds of that are, but I've only made, like, I don't know, 12 of them. So, they're pretty rare. So basically, let's just pick this one, right? And then this one. And we'll do all the greens. They're green because they're high in, they're medium quality. These white ones are in low quality, and Sifted Earth has no quality whatsoever. At least this Sifted Earth doesn't. Alright, so here we are. We got 3 greens. What will result is silicate, nitrine, anabolics, and radine. If I click manufacture, plus any of the, Oh, there we go. So here we are, 9 minutes and 4 seconds. That's how long I'd have to wait, so I can go, do a thumper mission or something that's nearby, and then you'll actually get a little message, a verbal message that says, you're like, your stuff is done. Then you come back here, and then this will turn green, and it'll say collect your stuff. You click collect, and then you're good to go. Now, also, After you've refined your stuff, you can use it in either one of two ways. You can either go into the build menu and build stuff with it, or you can turn it into crystallite. So let's say you have a bunch of stuff. I mean, like, you know, anabolics. Let's say you don't want to use all of it. Let's say you only want to use 600, right? And then that would leave you 788. So what you would do is you'd click accept, right? And then this will turn 600 anabolics into crystallite, which is, you know, the stuff that you're using as cash. So you're basically taking the resources and converting them directly into cash, even though technically they're worth something more than that. Like, you know, like nitrine is actually pretty valuable, you know, in terms of you would not want to convert that directly into crystallite. However, if you go down here, carbon 33, right, is practically worthless. So let's put all 244 in here, and that should be 122, which would be 422 in terms of units. Click accept, 422 crystallite. So this is a great way to get rid of all the crap stuff that you're never going to put into a gun, but you want to save the really good stuff. Like this is 770 quality. You do not want to waste this as crystallite, all right? So let me roll down here. Nitrine, we'll do that. Find resources, just keep rolling to the bottom, that's fine. 4, right? And then copper, that's a good one. Because that's 986, but it's crap copper, so. Boom, 900 crystallite. So there you go. I would turn all this crap into crystallite. Now, I'm not going to do that just yet. First, I'm going to go over here to the build menu, alright? Now, this is where you can actually construct instead of buy everything. Weapons and packs and health kits and everything that you possibly want. There's also mission items here. Stuff that you can't find out in the world that you're going to need in order to finish certain missions. So keep that in the back of your mind too. You are going to have to come here at some point because these mission items, you're going to need them. Thumpers, this is the same as going to the thumper dude, right? Remember we went to Carlos? Well, this time we have, you know, just thumpers that you can make yourself, all right, using a certain amount of crystallite. Then you can also do vehicles. Now, vehicles are a little tricky. Each of these parts has to be purchased one by one out in the world somewhere, and most of them are incredibly expensive. Once you get them all, you can turn them into a Cobra and then drive around on this little motorcycle thing. So I've already purchased the keys, which I was able to get in the Copacabana. But these other ones I have to actually wander around the world in order to do, and I gotta get a lot more money than what I got. So for right now, this is all that I have. But as you can see, like, you know, so there's mission, there's thumper, there's vehicles, crafting components. So you can actually turn some of your crafted items into more refined products, like for instance plasmatic gel and stuff like that, which you'll be using for all kinds of different stuff. And it actually, as you roll over it, it tells you what it's used for. Oops. Consumables, small ammo pack, small health pack, small stim pack. These are all things that you could be using just in your regular, as you're wandering around. A flare, you drop it on the ground, people know where you are, etc., etc. Then you actually get into, alright, so I've actually done some research. I'm going to break here to talk about research, and I'll come back to this. I've actually done some research already into, I'm a recon, so I've done some of the recon stuff. Over here in build, the stuff that I've actually done is now here, and I can actually go in and build these things because I invested the research points to make that happen. And each one of these requires a different amount of certain chemicals and things like that, and so, you know, you'll have to explore. But you can see, I mean, there's tons of stuff that you can actually build in this game, which is pretty incredible. I mean, it's really in-depth. And most of this stuff relates directly to improving, let's say, your guns. So the gun that you start off with is an okay gun, but it's not anything amazing. You can actually go in here and begin assembling brand new parts to build a brand new version, like a Mach 2 or a Mach 3, of that same gun if you want. Or pick a better gun, or do something completely different, like do a shotgun, or, you know, something with electric bullets. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in here, so you can noodle around in here for a long time. Under Recon, I've already unlocked most of this. Here is R36 Assault Rifle. The R36 is the one that you start off with. Assault Rifle 2 will take you to the next level, and it will allow you to build or piece together all the parts that you need and then build your own assault rifle instead of having to buy one, which is very expensive. To upgrade this to Assault Rifle 2, I would actually have to have 5,000 Crystallite, and I don't have that at the moment. So, sadly, I can't show you how that works. But, let's get into some of this other stuff. So, consumables, right? You saw earlier we can do a small health pack. So now if I actually research this, I will be able to do a medium health pack. The time to actually make that happen is right up here. So if I leave the game, set an alarm clock on my phone or whatever, and then come back in an hour and 30 minutes, this will be done. I'll click collect, and then boom, I'll be able to make medium health packs. So there's a lot of different stuff here. It can seem overwhelming if you're brand new to the game and you're like, whoa, what is all this? But it is basically broken apart into, you know, some of these are your frames, and then the others are, you know, consumables, and then there's you know, like resources and things like that. Now here, this one is the most important out of all of them. It says raw resource refining 4. What happens is when you first start refining, you can only do one at a time, and as you can imagine, doing one of these at a time would be crazy annoying because it takes forever to do. I mean, you're picking up all kinds of stuff when you're out doing all these thumpers. So you could have tons of stuff that all takes 18, 19, half an hour, you know, minutes just to do each one of these one at a time. So I was really grateful that when I got to Raw Resource 3, I was able to do 4 at a time. I could bang them all out in the same 18 minutes because it's processing them all at the same time. So you can get through all your stuff that you get done thumping in 1/4 the time, which is incredibly awesome. So as far as I'm concerned, under resource acquisition and refining, these are the ones that I consider to be most important. Some of them are pretty expensive, although the refining ones, the first 3, each one was 1,000 each, so that's pretty cheap. The 4th one, you know, they got to jack it up because otherwise, yeah, you go straight to the head of the class with this one, I suspect. But the second I get 5,000, that's going to be the next one I unlock because I want to see what it does. I did do personal thumper. I now can make my own thumpers by going into the build menu. You know, I don't know. It's probably better to buy one, at least at this level. Now, who knows? Maybe Personal Thumper 2, you know, it would actually be better to build that because, you know, like the parts are cheaper and then you can do the labor yourself. But I don't know that yet, so we'll have to see. So, that's a beginner's look at how the molecular printer works. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click the like button or subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this in the future. I'm Angelic Mayhem, and I will see you next time.